Hey everyone, welcome to the show. It's Bad Fudge Guy and it is Time Trial Tuesdays. I've been wanting to play Mario Kart for quite a while because it's one of those where I've been seeing the conversation kind of go crazy about Mario Kart since Sonic Racing Cross Worlds came out and now Kirby Air Riders is on the way. I think it'd just be nice to go through Mario Kart World just to show that it is like still pretty fucking. It's still probably the coolest Mario Kart's ever been. Yeah, welcome to the show, everyone. I forgot what I was about to say. Oh hey, Onion Beef, good to see you. There's a change of name. When did this happen? So, well, for starters, I haven't until like 2 weeks ago, I went for a full 2-year hiatus because of personal shit that I know you're aware of. Yeah, I decided on a name change just to like give myself a bit of a fresh start, seeing as it was like a full 2-year hiatus, I figured it'd be a more fun to sort of like name myself after Saul Bad Guy rather than going for like I didn't like the Werv on the end of like Fudgeworth. I didn't like that. Like as I've gotten older, it comes off a bit too posh, and that's not me. So I figured it'd just be nicer to give myself a bit of a refresh while I was starting anew, more or less. Hey Biz, how's it going? We are playing Mario Kart today for today's session of Time Trial Tuesdays. Just gonna be chilling. We're gonna go through a couple of tracks, try and see how close I can get to some pretty high profile time trials, and then probably run some online sets. And yeah. Aside from it's just going to be a chill one today, because like that's kind of the whole thing with the regular segment being me just playing kart races, is like kart races are my downtime game pretty much. But yeah, aside from that, I'm doing pretty good. Glad to hear you're doing well, Biz. But yeah, I think now is a good time to just sort of get to it, really. So let's go. Ah. You know what? I know it's Time Trial Tuesdays, but you know what I haven't done for like ages in this game? Play Frame Roam. I do actually really like how it just like goes straight in from the title screen like this. Whoop. But no, like I'm so like the whole thing with me starting Time Trial Tuesdays, it is 90% an excuse for me to play Mario Kart like more often, because I have been playing Mario Kart. Mario Kart is probably the most foundational gaming series for me, because like my first ever video game was either I can't remember what I got first. I can't remember whether I got a GameCube first, that came with Super Smash Bros. Melee, or a Game Boy Advance, which came with Mario Kart Super Circuit. Whichever I got first, like, that was the first game that I ever played. But, like, they weren't far away from each other. I'm pretty sure it was, like, one was for my birthday and the other was for the same Christmas, like, 3 months later. Because, yeah, like both happened when I was about 4. Ooh, that's a mission I've not done yet. Let's see what this is. Hitch a ride to collect the airborne blue coins. Oh, sick! It's helicopter time. Let's go! Okay, but where are the blue coins? Oh, right, they're on the flags. I feel like an element of Mario Kart World that a lot of people have kind of forgotten about as, do I need to... Oh, I can actually ascend. I didn't actually know that I could go up and down in this. I thought it was purely sideways motion. There we go. Off I go! But yeah, like, regardless of which came first, Mario Kart is a very foundational series to me. Like, since Super Circuit, I've basically been playing every Mario Kart game as it came out, and eventually went back to both Mario Kart 64 and Super Mario Kart, like when I had access to the Virtual Console on the Wii. So I've been very up to date with Mario Kart since I've been aware of video games, and like, I don't know, it just feels like one of the more important, like, gaming landmarks to me, and I've always thought more of it than, like, a lot of people, because, like, a lot of people, like, look at Mario Kart as, hey, it's a cool party game that you play with your friends, and as you get older, it's the cool drinking game you play with your friends, and you don't really take it any more seriously than that. But, like, I've always been, like, since Mario Kart Wii, I want to say, has been a time where I've taken Mario Kart a bit more seriously. I've gone to I've been playing a lot more, like, doing the time trials against oh god. Doing the time trials against the staff ghosts was really satisfying, and using that as a way to unlock a bunch of stuff. I see the speedruns, how can the game be broken? Oh, there's, well, it depends on the Mario Kart, because, like, with Mario Kart, probably, like, the most famous example of stuff like that is, like, with Mario Kart Wii. There's this mechanic called Super Shortcuts, where, to stop people from completely cheating the game, Nintendo had to put in, like, a whole bunch of gates that you have to pass. They're like invisible, but you have to pass them for the lap to count. But in Mario Kart Wii, there's like certain ways around them, and it's finding ways around them that you like get lap times that are like under like 20 seconds for what's supposed to take a minute. It goes kind of crazy, and like this is done without like hacking or anything. It's just exploiting systems that Nintendo hadn't quite been aware of when making the game, and that's how speedruns are done in general. One thing that I really like about Mario Kart World is that there isn't really a need for that kind of exploitation, because the speedrunning is built into the mechanics. Because, like, well, you've been seeing me do it a whole bunch. What's new to Mario Kart World isn't just the open world that you get to explore, but the tools that you're given to explore the open world is the charge jump, which you do by doing a drift while not actually turning, and that lets you charge up, and when you get your sparks blue, you get to do a jump, and that jump lets you jump onto rails and grind rails. DS version of mechanics to speedrun would be the famous wiggle. Yeah, snaking! That was a very common speed tactic in a lot of racing games in the early 2000s, was snaking, because in Mario Kart DS you could charge your drift so quickly that you could basically make it so you were always going faster than like your straight away cruising speed. And other racing games would, like, they'd calculate their turning speed in a certain way, like to make your turns feel responsive. They had to do it by making your diagonal speed, like, kind of still the same as your forward speed, despite the fact that you're turning in a different direction, which should mean you're slowing down. But to make the game feel responsive, they kept it the same, which would lead to situations where, like, if you knew the specific way to turn and snake in a corner, then you're constantly going at speeds that are way faster than what your normal cruising speed should be. And that's how snaking would work. Mario Kart Wii would combat this by doing what the drift system is now, where it, like, you don't make the drift go faster, or you don't make the drift boost go faster, it just takes a set amount of time, depending on how tight you're taking your drift. So you can't abuse the drift system. But what you can do is you can jump, and you can jump on walls, and then you can jump from the wall to lampposts, and you can combine a whole bunch of different tricks, like you're playing a Sonic game, to take routes that should not be possible. Hello, Mr. Botman! Get the fuck out of here. Anyway. But yeah, like, that's kind of like the sort of like history of how you were able to break Mario Kart. Because, like, there were less ways to break it in, like, the Wii and, like, 7 and 8. But instead, your ways to deal with it would be... Target? Oh. Oh, I have kind of forgotten that this was a thing, actually. Alright, boys. We're doing a runner. So, yeah, you probably noticed, I haven't really done much practice in, like, a battle mode or anything, so I've always been, like, kind of a bad shot. There we go. Ah. Ah. Aha! Oh. God damn it, he got ran over by a truck so that he could dodge me. Incredible. I'm leading my shots too much. Nope. Truck? No. Unbelievable. Oh, I'm so... Oh no! I got hit by my own shell. I'm so bad at this. I swear I'm good at this game, just not at stuff like this. Right, we're doing bowling strats. Alright, never mind, that didn't work. There we go. Wait, did I actually not get anything for that? Incredible, based video game. But yeah, as I was saying, like, the way to, like, get ahead in Mario Kart World is the trick system, because this game is secretly, fucking Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. The trick system can be used to take so many shortcuts that are simultaneously, like, intended and not intended, and I think, like, it's really satisfying to have a system like that to master, as opposed to doing, like, crazy exploits and stuff. Because it's got the same kind of feel of, like, getting a really long, crazy combo in a skateboarding game. It carries a lot of the same fundamentals, and I think that's, like, really fun. Anyway, how's everyone else doing while we're just kind of chilling out doing this race? Oh, this has got laps, so we're in it for a little bit longer. I suppose, as well as Sonic combos. Yeah, looking at a lot of the stages like Sonic stages is also a pretty fun way to look at it, because, like, a lot of stages will be, like, fairly linear on the outset, but they'll have a lot of, like, alternate routes that you can take, depending on, like, how willing you are to engage with the tricks and the mechanics. Which, yeah, that is a lot like how the best Sonic levels look. Whoop! not going fast enough for a slipstream anymore. I still can't get over how much music there is in this game as well. Like, probably the best part about the open world in this game is that, like, to kind of facilitate you spending so much time here, they made, like, 200 pieces of music to just play in a jukebox, and they've even separated it into separate playlists depending on the time of day and what location you are in. Which is kind of like how I've set a lot of my driving playlists. Like, I've got, like, playlists for driving at night, driving in the day, if I'm in a rush, shit like that. Which is, like, it's so specific, but I really like that this game's also done that. But there's so much music in this game, and, like, it's, all of it is, like, the new tracks are all for the racetracks themselves, but in the open world, there's, like, remixes of Mario songs all the way back to the original, but it's not just, like, main series games. It's shit like, hey, remember New Super Mario Bros. Wii? But there's, like, 3 tracks from that. Remember Wario Land on the original Game Boy? Do you remember Mario Paint on the Super Nintendo that you controlled with the Nintendo mouse? It's kind of crazy how much music they've got and, like, where they pull it from as well. Like, they pull some really obscure shit. I like the open world aspect. Reminds me of Crash Team Racing, where the drivable world was as enjoyable as races. Crash Team Racing is so goddamn based. I'm, like, that's absolutely a shoo-in for this segment. Like, one week I am absolutely going to be putting on Crash Team Racing, because that game is, like especially the remake, that's also got, like, Nitro, Crash Racing Nitro tracks. No, Crash Nitro Kart, that's what it was called. That game feels really cool to master. I would argue that until Mario Kart 8 came out, I would argue that Crash Team Racing was, like, the best kart racer around. But now we live in a post-Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass world, and there's been, like, 6 kart races that have come out that are kind of coming for its lunch money. It's a very good time to be a kart racers fan. And, like, in 2 weeks, fucking Kirby Air Riders is coming back. Like, I'm eating. I'm so full of kart races, it's great. This is a great time. And that's the entire reason why I'm running this segment, because it's like, it's one of my favorite genres out there, and it's a, I want to celebrate that, because there is, like, so much more choice now than there was back in the day, when back in the day it was kinda trashy, can I? Yes. Oh, I should have saved that for this. Like, back in the day, it was, like, kinda trashy, licensed, kart races made by people that didn't really know how to make a racing game. Or, like, Burger King Kart. Or it was stuff like Crash Team Racing. And, Mario Kart. And eventually Sonic Racing games. And, like, those were, like, they weren't quite on the same level, but a lot of the Sonic Racing games are, like, really unique in some really cool ways. Have you played Crash Nitro Kart on iPhone? No. I did not know that was a thing. I'm kinda terrified to hear what that's even like. I've also not played Konami Crazy Races. There's a lot of kart races that I haven't played, like, I will get that out the way. There's a lot. Where would you rank it against Need for Speed Most Wanted's world? It feels more CTR than that, but I think the Most Wanted map was very well built. So, Need for Speed Most Wanted is, like, out of the more, like, realistic racing games, like, the tier list essentially goes, A tier is, or, well, top tier is Forza Horizon 1 and Need for Speed Most Wanted. I fucking love that game so much. But it's not for its racing, it's for the police chases, and, like, the world is very well built. for the police chases in Need for Speed Most Wanted. Though those games are, by their very nature, they are a much different beast to kart races, because, like, you're not getting boosts from drifts, you're not throwing shit at people. Need for Speed Most Wanted is more of a destruction derby kind of experience, where you go up against the police and your whole thing is just finding the optimal way to ram an SUV at 200 miles an hour and just watch it careen through the world. While, like, scored music plays? It's crazy. But yeah, hello Greg, how's it going? Good to see you. It's good to see we've got a few people here to show up for this. While I haven't even started time trials yet, I have just been kind of bumming it about in the open world, rather than actually doing what we're here for. And even then, it's not necessarily what we're here for, because, like, at some point I am going to run some online sets. But for now, let's run some time trials, and I can delve in deep into the mechanics of this game. But yeah, Mario Kart World, it's one of the things that made it, like, really well known is, hey, there's a whole bunch of costumes for all the characters, but also there's a whole bunch of characters. Like, way more characters than Mario Kart is usually willing to go for. Because, like, there's a whole bunch of random little guys. Like, hey, you can play as the Crab from the arcade Mario Brothers from 1982. Or Swoop the Bat. Or the fucking Chucksters from Sunshine. Or these fucking things from Sunshine. There's a whole bunch of them that I haven't unlocked yet, because this game has the most insane, like, unlocking method for new characters. Because the way you unlock the NPC characters in this game, for people that aren't aware, is you need to be doing a race, and then there is an item that can be pulled. It's Kamek, the wizard Koopa from Mario games. And Kamek will put a magic spell on people ahead of you. And that magic spell turns you into one of these random enemy NPC characters. You need to be turned into a character that you have not been turned into yet to unlock NPCs. It's insane. Yes, this is the penguin from Mario 64. Like, they spared no expense. There are random-ass NPCs from so much shit that people don't even really think about. It's kind of crazy. I'd welcome a Crash Mario cross-game karter. It would be real. A lot of people have been saying this. Like, it would be really cool to have, like, a sort of, like, Super Smash Kart of sorts. They'll follow different mechanics. There is kind of an equivalent to this. There is a game out there called The Karters, which is, it's apparently, like, the mechanics are very based off of Crash Team Racing, but there's a whole bunch of, there's a whole bunch of other characters from, like, licensed properties, other kart races, not Mario and stuff, but other stuff that, like, a more, like, indie license was able to grab hold of. I haven't gotten around to playing it, but I have seen footage of it, and it looks really cool, so I'm probably going to try and feature that at this at some point. Road Rash. Where have I heard Road Rash? Where have I heard Road Rash from? Kind of unrelated, but kind of related. But you mentioned Road Rash, and that sounds like a very obscure sort of like cartoon racer. And when I think of like really obscure cartoon racers, does anyone here remember Cell Damage? On the I think the GameCube and PS2, maybe the original Xbox had it as well. But one of my very first games on the GameCube was a game called Cell Damage, which was a sort of like battle racer with a whole bunch of like made-up cartoon characters that were like... It's very Hanna-Barbera inspired cartoon characters, but like they were like made up by the developers of the game. It was this really weird like mix of like a racing game and also like... It was a lot more focused on like the battle mode, really, where you pick items and shoot missiles and shit at each other. But that was a game that I used to play a lot, and then I lost it, as I did many GameCube disc when I was 7. But yeah, one of the like kinda tragic things about how many Mario characters are in Mario Kart World is, yeah, they went to all this effort of like giving all these characters all these costumes and getting all these characters in, including one of the most obscure random ass enemies. And I was finally going to pick someone else. However, they gave Mario his fucking sunshine fit. So this is the character. They gave him a sunshine fit with the like the Hawaiian shirt, a baseball cap, and a fucking hot rod. And like, this is just me. I'm sorry. But that's just my guy. Anyways, I feel like a really good example to show off time trials for Mario Kart World is Whistle Stop Summit. So I'll do a solo race and kind of show you what I can do right now off the top of my head in Whistle Stop Summit, and then we'll like take a look at some of the like the higher level ghosts. Yo, how's it going, Yusei? How you doing? Difference of this, but Project Gotham Racing was great on original. I have heard a lot of good things about Project Gotham Racing. I never played it myself because I never grew up with an Xbox, but I have heard about it. I've heard it's pretty good. But yeah, like right now, like Whistle Stop Summit's got a lot of like really cool things to it. So I'll show you what I can do for it for now. And then, like, I'll showcase some of the higher level not CPUs, higher level time trial ghosts from people around the world, and see if I can match up to them. Realistic cars and great street tracks, so kind of a, like, Need for Speed. It sounds like it's in the same sort of era of, like, realistic arcade racer like Need for Speed, right? Anyways, let's see what we can do. Okay, so Mario Kart's got this really funny bell curve to it because now they've made it so that the doing good, just chilling at the moment. There is an Asian Games focused state of play at 10 p.m. later if you're interested in watching. You know what? Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I'm probably that would be mid-stream, but to be fair, like this is a much more chill kind of stream, so I'm not too fussed about cutting in. So yeah, no, that sounds good. Would it be a good idea if people just sort of like jumped in on this stream while we watched it, or I don't know. I'll see what you think about that. In the meantime, though, let me actually get a proper start on this because I'm a little bit too eager. Because there is like a surprisingly tight timing to getting the maximum amount of boost on your rocket starts. Was gonna stream a bit myself so we can try combining a bit later. Yeah, fair enough. That sounds like a good opportunity to practice that actually. Seeing as we are planning on doing that on Sunday. For people that, well, yeah, people won't know. Actually, no, they might. No, I'm pretty sure I've seen Greg and Cameron's chats. On Sunday, we are going to be streaming the Kirby Air Riders global test ride demo. And we're going to be streaming that. Me and Cameron are going to be streaming that together. I've gotten a little bit too eager. Oh, hang on. I could have made that work. Alright. I'm beginning to cook. I saw a shortcut that I could take. Because I crashed into that canyon wall. But there's absolutely a situation where I could have rode that canyon wall and used it to cut the corner. And like, that's the shit that I mean when I talk about how fucking sick this game is. Because, yeah, this whole track is all about riding these rails. But there's a lot that you can do with riding the rails, because that is an easy way to springboard into doing a cool jump. And it's the jumps where you start, like, being able to, like, skip parts of the track. Like, I can jump from this pipe over to that pipe, and then use this board to go over here, jump off here, and go straight into a speed boost. Oh no, I didn't get it! Alright. It's fine. It's fine. I'll do a couple of runs and I'll see what I can do. Because this is part of, like, this is why I really enjoy time trials. Because, like, again, I've talked about how, like, I take Mario Kart a bit more seriously than well-adjusted people of society. And a lot of that is because I find it really satisfying to find new routes and get, like, really cool times in time trials. Because, like, it gives you a, there's something really satisfying about, like, flexing map knowledge in Mario Kart. And Mario Kart World is one of the coolest. Oh. Yeah, there we go! That's sick! Hey, it's all in the name. How's it going, dude? Okay, I'm gonna have to internalize that as part of the routing, because that is a really cool cut, and I feel like that might actually be like somewhat close to optimal. All good. Hope you and everyone else are well. Yeah, we're doing good. As I was kind of getting into, on Sunday, me and your old pal Yusei Kayaba are going to be co-streaming the Kirby Air Riders demo that's going to be on the Sunday slot. We're going to try and stream it together using like a co-stream function, and we're going to try and like... I think we're at 10 PM tonight. We're going to try and like practice that as a way to co-stream the Sony Direct that's on, the State of Play that starts at 10. The wall trick looks very satisfying. Yes, it does. Like, this is exactly why I think Mario Kart World is, like, one, it's by far and away the coolest Mario Kart has ever been, but two, it's also the main reason why I still think this game stands just about on top compared to, like, other kart races that have been coming out recently that have also been, like, fucking killing it. I think this game just about wins in my heart because tricks like that are what I am all about. Anyways, if I go to change course, that'll let me just select it again real quick, but we can take a look. Because that's what I can do, and it's not the best that I can do, because like there were a couple of laps where I fucked it up. But there's like I could optimize that a little bit further, but let's take a look. You see, it's not even my best time actually. But let's take a look at the rankings, because my best time's 2 minutes 07. World record is like nearly, it's at least 20 seconds in front of me. Alright, so top runners seem to have settled. So yeah, the way time trials work here is they show the top 10 in the world, and then they show the top 10 around... They show the top 10 in your, like, in your range. And then they also show, like, any friends that have beaten your time as well. Let's see. Top 1's, like, a second and a half ahead of the game. So I might need to compare both of these, actually. Because that's quite a discrepancy. Very similar to the Wii. Do they have viewable replays on this one? Yes. Because, yeah, viewing world record replays is how I got stupid at Mario Kart Wii. Because, I refused to play meta picks, but I was still chasing, like, the world record on Rainbow Road and Mario Kart Wii for, like, 4 years. Okay. Oh. Okay. And there's the difference. No weird exploits, just this absolute mastery over the trick system. You could jump off that. Okay. But yeah, just this absolute mastery over the trick system. What the fuck is this? You could ride on this? I gotta focus up. I gotta watch this carefully. So you use a mushroom on that patch specifically. Jump off there to cut that corner entirely. Hit the wall. Fuck with gravity to hit the other wall, and then jump onto this rail that I didn't even know existed. Grind rail, jump off. Find a way to jump off that wall straight onto the bridge. Mushroom. Take a wide corner. Try and hit the wall so that you get a little bit of extra airtime. Okay, so when does he jump? There. That's going to take some practice. That is absolutely going to take some practice. It's eye-opening how good some people are. Yeah, like, I really love how all of these tricks, like, all of the high times in this, it's just skill expression. It's just people taking the trick mechanic and opening it the fuck up to some insane heights like this. It's so satisfying to watch, and, like, this would probably take me at least a day to learn how to do this and still be like 5 seconds behind. And that'd just be for one track. There's 30 tracks in this game. And all of them have shit like this going on. Not quite to this level. Some tracks are simpler than others. But like this track I think is a really good showcase of what the system mechanics are capable of in terms of how they boost players. But are willing to sit there and like really master them. And like I just think it's really satisfying to like it looks cool is the main thing. Like being good at this game makes you look cool. And that's the main thing that I strive for at the end of the day. If I look cool while I'm playing something, I'm happy. I wonder if people go slow to study the track better. So the way that like I think the main thing that people would do, it's not necessarily going slow to study the track better. It's more that they would like force themselves to reset at like they'd get to a corner and they'd figure out the best way to take that corner and then reset every time, and so that they can get back to that corner as soon as possible. And they'd probably learn it corner by corner like that. And yeah, you'll have certain people who stick to mastering a single track, because, like, yeah, so something, fear not the man who has punched 1,000 people. Fear not the man who has learned 1,000 punches. Fear the man who has learned one punch 1,000 times. Like, that is absolutely a thing that can happen with these situations. You do get, like, track masters. But also, like, a lot of it is fundamental techniques. So you getting really good at one track means you're automatically going to be better at a lot of other tracks as well. So you can also lead to situations where mastering one track for ages puts you in a prime position to take the world record everywhere else. I've watched a few, like, Summoning Salt documentaries about Mario Kart. And that's absolutely how some of these go. Is, like, you get one guy who gets freakishly good at one track, and goes from there to, like, completely take the entire game, in terms of its time trial scores. Right. I'm curious. I want to know how this saved a second and a half over second place. Because that is a discrepancy I am not used to seeing. Like, normally world record times are really close to each other. But this is a solid lead. Why does Zalad always appear in those? Zalad's a fucking beast, that's why. Zalad is an old head who has been trained in the fires of NES Punch-Out, and if you can speedrun NES Punch-Out, you have the reaction time to speedrun goddamn anything. That's why it's always Zalad. Yeah, Punch-Out blindfolded as well. Yeah, no, he's insane. He's so cool. It's, I've been following his Twitter account recently. I'm hoping he's doing better, because he's had a rough couple of years recently. Anyway, I want to see what this did differently, because, again, it's a second and a half behind the previous one. I want to know what they missed. Alright, so they still take this. They still jump the wall. They still use that wall to get onto the rail. Still using a mushroom to get across there. Is it just because they didn't take that cut as clean? It's the same bike and character setup, yeah. But it's a different person playing, and they're a second and a half behind first place. I think the only difference between these two replays is that the big cut on the bridge, yeah, slightly worse landing, and that adds up to a second and a half over 3 laps. That's the only difference. Because yeah, like, what he's not doing is they're not hitting... So, if you, like, brush against a wall, I've noticed this, when you brush against a wall, but don't quite land on it while you're doing a wall jump, you get a little bit of extra airtime in total. And that's what the world record was doing. They were just about brushing the corner of the wall, which gave them a little bit of extra air to get to the edge of that bridge and land a bit smoother. And this racer, it's not hitting the wall at all, and because they're not hitting the wall at all, they're just about hitting the bridge, and they're slowing down as they're doing it. But that's literally the only difference. That's kind of wild that that much of a discrepancy is caused by just having consistency in one extra little optimization. Right then, I mean, Mama didn't raise a bitch. I'll race against the top. I will lose, but I want to learn. Actually, do I still need to choose my character? Yes. Right. Let's see if these tricks are possible with my current build. They might not be. They might not be possible with my current build, and I might need to switch builds entirely, but I want to see if it's doable before I change. It's so embarrassing that I'm fucking these up. So, the, rather than a flat boost rate when you get the, when you get the rocket boost, the closer you are to the perfect timing, the biggest boost that you, the bigger the boost that you get. And the perfect timing is as soon as the number 2 is completely on the screen. If you press it a bit later, then, like, if you press it at 2.5 seconds, then you don't quite get it quite as fast. But if you press it too soon, you blow up. And trying to get that perfect timing is the reason why I'm blowing up. Because I'm getting a little bit too close to the sun. There we go. Alright, well, first things first, I need to know if I can actually get to that corner. I might not actually have the cornering capabilities to make it up there. That's too soon? That's too soon. There we go. Okay, I might actually need to immediately change build purely because I can't make this one corner. My god. I feel like every time I fuck up the start boost, can you hop onto it? That's what I'm trying to do. Because here's the thing, like, the charge jump, the one that, like, guarantees you getting up there, that takes time to do. I can't just do it instantly. Like, I'll slow it down and, like, demonstrate. But, like, to do the charge jump, you need to hop, then let the blue sparks go, and then go about it. And, like, I need to do it so much quicker than that. But the basic hop... the basic hop that I'm doing... Like, I can make it there, but that's because I'm going slow. At, like, starting boost speed, I'm trying to turn onto it, and I'm trying to do, like, a small hop onto it, and it's not enough. Because I don't think my cornering is good enough. So... yeah. Immediately, I gotta change builds. Yeah. Right, let's see. What is a small guy that I like? You know what? Swoop Gaming. And I'm going to... I like the, like, they're using the Mach Rocket, and they're probably using the Mach Rocket because of its tire drift circle. I'm gonna try the Rally Bike just because I like it more. But that also might not be good enough. This is the thing, I'm not necessarily, like, competing with world record, I just want something comparable. And I want to do that in something that I like, rather than just copying meta exactly. That was a lot closer, but I still couldn't quite make it. There we go! So now I've got to do that in a way where I actually, like, stay on the rail. Which is tough. Because I either get onto it and turn too hard and hit the wall, or I don't turn hard enough and I hit the other wall. Screw it! No. That's kind of ass. think a 155 is doable for you? That would maybe, but that would be the whole stream on this one track, and I do want to show off a little bit more than that. That's the thing, like, I don't think I'm going to spend the entire stream just on this one track. I think after a certain point I am going to, like, show off some more tracks, and, like, eventually I do want to... There we go! That's more like it. Huh! No! Alright, let's just keep it going, let's just keep going. Yep! Okay. So that's probably... that is probably the reason why the sports bike is necessary, because that is probably the only bike that can take that turn like that. But, nope. Oh, this is gonna be a segment. This is gonna be a segment. Ooh. No! No! That sucks! It's like so specific. Because like if you're driving, if your angle is too extreme on the rail, it's just not going to accept you going onto the rail. But to get on there at a point where the angle isn't so extreme is really difficult without like me just hitting the wall. Nope. All right. Let's just try. Let's just pick the top skit. Let's just pick the top tier. See what happens. All right, so going baby mode. Just pick a top tier. Always feels like I'm being defeated when I do shit like that. But I want to see the difference this makes. Huh. Still tough. It is still tough to get up there. It is still very precise. Like, very precise in the timing it takes for you to correct your angle. Oh, even that was too soon. Oh no, I got on the wrong rail! No! Oh man. Ugh. I guess I did my hop too late that time? Because there I was just holding left. See, you've even got to be specific on your hop timing. That's a really tough trick to start the race with. Oh my god. Too soon. Yeah. Oh my god. Why can't I get on this now? Please? Come on! Right, it's all in the timing of the hop. And I need to know whether I'm doing it too late or too early. That was definitely too late. Well, strap in, fellas. We're going to be here for a bit. Oh, come on. Edge of the checkered line is too soon. No! Alright, I need to learn the rest of the track. So, let's just accept this and move on. But, no. Do I need to do a... I think I might need to actually brake. Oh, no! Oh, okay, that was weird. Alright. That is a bad angle for that. That's gonna require a very specific angle to manage. Oh! Are you referring to the bridge cut? You kind of go to the outside rail, but you don't actually latch onto the rail. And that's the kind of thing that I'm like trying to avoid. There we go. Ah, oh, come on. That's fine. Ah, I nearly made it. That's better boosts on the bridge itself. Yeah, no. Trying to figure out, like, the exact points is the thing. Ah, come on! I was so close to actually climbing it. I'm figuring out a little bit more of the quirks of actually getting up to there, because, like, you kind of need to... As you hit the wall, you kind of need to turn away from it. You know, oh, come on! Really? How'd that not work? Oh. Nope. Too extreme of an angle. There we... Oh, god damn it. I was too busy popping off on finally getting onto the right rail that I didn't actually do the trick that I need to do from that rail. Come on. That's fine. Whoop! Oh, that's kind of ass. Right, start turning now, and go! No. Yeah. Need to be turning earlier so that my angle's better. I'm taking it too wide. Ah, come on! Ah! This is gonna take a bit. Go for this? No! Oh, fine. Again, it's not even necessarily the trick that I want to learn. Like, I want to learn the final trick. Ah, I didn't quite commit to that turn enough. It's one of the things, like, you look at the guy doing it, and you're like, oh yeah, I know what I need to do. And then you try it, and it's like, wait, how did he do that? No, come on! I wasn't high enough. I don't think. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need to. I think I'm gonna need to review the replay again to see the like exact angle. That's kind of ass. Fine. Turn too late. I started my I started my turn in too late. Ah, come on! Oh, no! Gotta be on that second rail, and then immediately jump to the higher rail so I can take that corner as tight as possible. Or I just end up doing this. Which is fine, but not ideal. But, whatever. Right, let's go for this, and... No. Alright. The problem is that, like, I can't even, like, learn the rest of the track after it, because once I fall off, I lose my mushrooms. Jeez. There we go. Whoop. Ah, I hesitated a little bit. Oh, come on. What was that? Go. Too much. Right, let's... I want to take a look at the other trick. Because this is the trick I actually want to learn. Which is jumping from here, jumping onto this rail, and then... This? No. So, from here, then... Nope, that's too late. Further forward, hit the yellow pipe, and again, skim this. Ah, I locked onto the rail! Ooh, that's tough. There's a specific way you need to jump onto the bridge, and then jump over the rail so that you can skim the green sign and hit the rest of the building. My problem is that I'm locking back onto the rail. Which means I'm going too low from that wall. Which I think means I'm doing it too early. Because me doing it too early means that the wall's too far away. Like the bridge wall is too far away. So I'm losing too much height. That's another very specific timing. No, now I've lost this trick. Ah, come on. Alright, here we go. Turn. Not quite the rail, but it's fine. We get this, hit the wall. Okay, I'll take this. This is fine. This is progress. That's progress. And I can see a little bit closer what Dot's doing, but still not quite high enough. But, again, let's just try from here and see if I can get this other trick. So, hit? No. Let's just, like, keep the laps going, and I'll, like, try and brush up on the rest of the tricks as I go. Awful! Ugh. Because only one of these tricks actually requires the mushroom, and there's 3 major tricks that I want to learn here. Actually, it doesn't require the mushroom. It's the grass patch that needs the mushroom, so I can still practice this. I think this will also lead to, like, it being a bit more interesting to watch, because you're not just watching me reset all the time. Hit. Nope, too late. I need to hit the wall of the bridge. God, look at how far ahead the world record is now because I've botched the rest of these tricks. 21 seconds! No! That's the difference a fuck-up makes. No, I don't think that's viable. If you don't have the specific drift angle from that grass patch, I don't think that's viable. Maybe I need to ride the bridge wall further, actually. Maybe that's my problem. I think I'm jumping too early. Alright then. Alright then, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let's try and internalize some of these. Like, even with the footage to go over, it is... A lot of this is still, like, feeling it out. Oh. Right. I think I'm going to give this until 8:30. I think I'm going to give this until 8:30, and then I'll move on to another track. Or maybe move on to online, seeing as State of Play is on. And with the I could probably just do like half an hour actually. So yeah, I'll move on to another track at 8:30. And then at like probably 9-ish, I'll do like some online sets. I think that'll be the plan. It's kind of ironic. I'm doing this segment calling it Time Trial Tuesdays, and at most I'm showing off like 2 tracks. But that's because it's a labbing process, and a labbing process is a lot of repetition. But it also means a lot of time to chill. On that note, how's everyone doing? Anyone got any cool stories to tell while I'm trying and failing on this one trick over and over again? It's like if I'm turning too far in, I'm less likely to make it. It's like I need to turn away from it at the last second, and that like pushes my hitbox a little bit. I've completely lost this trick now. That sucks. Man. No! It's surprising how specific this is. My god. My brain's turning into mush because of all the repetition. Come on, dude. Learn the rest of the track. Learn the rest of the track, otherwise I'm just gonna get frustrated. Less a world record attempt and more just trick labbing. Take the shortcut here, turn in. Not quite. Not quite. Not so much cool stories this end. That is fair enough. But yeah, definitely agreed on cracking on after a mistake. But yeah, no, there's something that I'm missing about like getting onto that. Maybe I hit the green sign too early. I think because I hit the green sign too early, I didn't quite get the weird gravity modifier that the wall tricks can give you. So do this. Whoop! No, not quite. I think it was like I needed to get like just high enough so that I can ride the rail of that green wall and go from there to the rest of the trick. Like, if I can learn the last trick, I'll be happy with that. And then I'll just compete against myself and do that last trick. Ooh, okay. We're gaming. No! Alright. It's fine. We're still playing. Not ideal. It's fine now. Too much. Right. Hit the wall. Flip the sign. No! That's too late. Alright. Close. Whoop. Didn't quite get the angle right there. Sure. Well, I felt clean, but still not quite the right angle. I'm going too low. I really need to review the footage for that second trick. Ah! If I would have gotten the, if I would have, like, done a spin trick in the air while I was flying off, that might have given me just enough air. Hey, Henna901, sup, playing some Mario Kart World, how is it going? I'm doing good. I'm Bad Fudge Guy, and I'm doing a Time Trial Tuesdays as a regular segment where I pick a kart racer I'm in the mood for and run some time trials for a bit, and like eventually do some online sets. I just really like showing off the mechanics of a kart racer that I like. So like that's kind of why I'm doing this. And there's a lot of kart races out recently, so that's why I'm gonna make this like a sort of regular segment. No, not quite. Hey, nice to know you're doing better than me. It's one of those, like, it takes a certain kind of freak to look at a kart racer and be like, oh, I want to go crazy. Ah, shit. I want to go crazy on Mario Kart. Has he a busy schedule then? Yes, I've got quite a few streams planned this week. More than usual, because on Sunday, I've got an extra stream where me and a friend are going to be playing the demo for Kirby Air Riders. Ah, come on! I was so close! But the rest of the streams that are on this week, like the Friday, the Thursday and Friday streams, are the usual ones. You need to clip the wall on that turn before jumping to hit the other wall. Oh, no, not quite. So, you on the Switch too? Mario Kart World's only on the Switch too. This is Mario Kart World. Come on, hit the... There we go. This is fine, this is fine. Ah! Whoa, no! Oh, man. One console, which a lot of people thought won't sell well, but it sold like about 3.5 million. The thing with the Switch 2 is that, like, it's coming out at a point where a lot of people are like, everything's too expensive, and so it's really easy to complain about the state of things, really. I'm not too shocked that the Switch 2 is performing fine, but I'm also not too shocked that people are kind of complaining about the price of things. Why did I use that? Whoop. No! There's absolutely an opportunity. I'm trying to mash it out. But, like, there is absolutely an opportunity for me to grab a, like, an extra trick in the air. And that extra spin in the air will give me just enough airtime. Why are you doing the stunts which you know will give you trouble? Well, that's kind of the whole point of this stream, is, like, I'm seeing stunts. Yes! No! Wait! No! I popped off! No! I actually landed it, but I was too busy celebrating to actually, like, finish it. Ah! Too early. What? Nope, not quite high enough. So you stream regularly at this time? Yes. Every Tuesday, 7 till 11, I stream for whatever kart racer I'm in the mood for. And 7 till 11, British time, GMT. 7 till 11 is when I'm streaming on a Thursday, and usually Sunday in the weekend, depending on when I'm free, what I'm in the mood for. Because yeah, that's basically how I'm structuring things while I've like, just to keep myself onto a routine. Ooh. Oh man. I will say, Hannah, I will contest the Nintendo won't miss statement, because like, it was kind of hell being a Nintendo fan during the Wii U era, I can tell you that much. And, like, there are a lot of weird decisions that Nintendo makes that are fundamentally not consumer-friendly. Like, I fucking love Nintendo, I go to bat for them a lot more than most people, but I can't, like, give them all their flowers, you know? Like, no one's perfect. No! Not quite. Ah. Wii U was the idea that eventually led to the Switch. Great idea too soon. Yeah, to a point. The Wii U fundamentally is an extension of the 3DS, of the DS concept. The problem was, it wasn't so much that they released it too soon, it's more that, like, they marketed it terribly. And no one really knew what it was for the longest time, so only, like, Nintendo freaks like me were, like, willing to put up with it. And that led to a lot of people not really wanting to make games for it. And it also led to Nintendo themselves, like, having, like, a really weird, like, they were a really weird phase with a lot of their game development that wasn't quite working out well. Like, a lot of game devs on Nintendo's side didn't quite get their act together until the Switch came out. Yeah, okay, not getting that. Also, you mentioned your time zone is GMT, right? Yes, yeah. Greenwich Mean Time, because UK. You're like 7 to 8 hours ahead of me, because I'm MST time zone. Is that Mountain Time? American Mountain Time? Like the, like, Central North America? Yeah, GMT while we're in while it's winter. Or BST for British Summertime. Oh yeah, there were some incredible games that came out for the Wii U. I'll always go to bat for stuff like, thinking, what's it called? Wonderful 101. I really liked Bayonetta 2. I like Mario 3D Land a lot, though the Switch version gave it a lot of new cool things. Mountain Time, yeah. Yeah, one of the streamers that I'm most likely to watch is MST, actually. I watched High Tuesday a lot. Ah, man. Was Okami originally a Wii U game? No! Okami was originally a PS2 game. It then got ported to the Wii, because, that just made a lot of sense. But, yeah, no, Okami was a PS2 game from 2005. The Wii wasn't even out when Okami came out. At least it was either 2005 or it was, late 2006. Well, early 2006. Ah, no! Also, you know a lot about the classics. I've been keeping up with video games since I first played video games, which might have been Smash Melee for the GameCube, or it might have been Mario Kart Super Circuit for the Game Boy Advance. That was a clean jump over there. I've never gotten that before. And it's fucked me up! No! I don't perfectly remember, my memory is bad. Funnily enough, I'm able to remember a lot of my life entirely because I know what games came out around certain times. Didn't catch on PS2. I do think a port of Shadow of the Colossus would have worked well for the Wii U. That, I could see that being interesting. The Wii definitely, because the Wii basically had the same graphics as the PS2. But yeah. Nah, that would have been quite interesting actually if Team Eco was able to get on that. But again, the Wii U was marketed horribly, which meant that barely any developers looked at it and saw any kind of potential outside of trying to make the Wii shovelware boom happen twice, and that failed fucking miserably. Alright. I didn't even try to go for that trick, I just realized. Whoop! No! Oh yeah, I got the premium Wii U. I got the black one with the higher storage capacity. You know, the high storage capacity of 32 gigs. Right, let's try this. Nope. Right, let's try this trick. By the way, why is your about section so empty? Gonna be real with you, I don't know how to fill it up because I have not really paid all that much attention. I am not a professional streamer by any means. This is very much a hobby project that I'm doing for fun. So, there's a lot of things that I haven't set up properly. I haven't even set up a subs box because I don't really feel right charging people for something that I'm just doing for shits and giggles. So, there's a lot in my streams that are gonna be missing. I'll probably fill things in going forward, but that won't be for a while yet. Whoop! To be fair, the whole generation was a bit of an odd starter. The PS3 had issues itself. The PS3, I can tell you exactly what the issues of the PS3 were. Oh, okay. I think I need to ride that for longer so that I'm getting a lower jump, actually. Ooh. Aw, man. But, yeah, no, I can tell you exactly what the issues with the PS3 were. The PS3 was... Sony was so far up its own ass that it made the PS3 so complex and complicated, but it was a nightmare to develop for. No one knew how to actually develop games for the PS3 until, like, 4 years into its life cycle. Which is why all of the, like, really good multi-platform games like Call of Duty and stuff, they're always known as Xbox games, and that's because, like, they sold on Xbox, because when trying to develop them for PS3, they'd always come out with issues. The other big issue with the PS3 was the fact that they thought they could get away with selling it for $600 in 2006. Like, you account for inflation, that's more expensive than some PCs are nowadays. It's crazy. Yeah, no, I'm not quite paying attention. Right. I think I'm going to try this one more trick, and then I'm going to do one more run. By the way, I can make panels for you, it'd be great. I know about Twitch very much. I appreciate the offer, but honestly, I'm fine as it is right now. I'd rather keep this sort of like solo project for now. I think if I start taking this more seriously to the point where I'm like wanting mods and there's a certain like internal point that I want to take this to before I want to start adding subs and stuff. And that's when I'm going to want to start, like, considering, like, help and, like, mods and stuff. I really appreciate the offer, though. But, I do appreciate that. Thank you. Right, I'm going to try this one more time. And then I'm going to move on to a different track, because we have been here for a while. Oh! No! Alright. Alright. Not even close. Nope, not quite. But hey, I've got 3 more opportunities to see if I can nail that last trick. Because again, it's that last trick, but that last trick is the one that I think is sick, and I can use that online to steal races. So like, that's the one that I want to learn, more than anything. I want a GoldenEye remake along with a Streets of Rage remake. Question B, have you played Streets of Rage 4 at all? Oh, Golden Axe. Aren't they making something like... I think they're making something for Golden Axe currently. Have you played Streets of Rage 4? You haven't? I would strongly recommend you play Streets of Rage 4. My one of my friends, you know him actually, Connor. He's a big Streets of Rage head, and like he fucking loves Streets of Rage 4. It's got this it's made by a developer called .emu, who are on this really good track record of making like modern beat-em-ups, and like Streets of Rage 4 was one of their first ones. It's got this really cool art style to it, and like a lot of it's like kind of refined on a lot of the mechanics that made Streets of Rage really good. I'm pretty sure it's available for, like, everything as well. I can absolutely recommend you play Streets of Rage 4 if you haven't gotten around to it yet. Especially if you're looking for that kind of fix, then 100%. As for Golden Axe, I feel like I've seen something about them making something for it recently, but I can't really remember. Anyways, that is enough of that one track constantly. Let's try a different one, and I'm going to go back to the funny hee hee wahoo man in his funny summer outfit. No, that's not his funny summer outfit, that's a bike. There we go. What's another track that I can use to show off some cool mechanics? There is Bowser's Castle. Right. So, same again. I'll show you what I can do now. Or at least attempt to do right now, because I've learned one really good trick for Bowser's Castle. And I'm pretty sure that's what most people are doing. But it is a very tough trick, and I don't have it consistently yet. So, I'll try for it, and show you what I can do. And then we'll take a look at the world records and see if there's anything new I can learn in the meantime. If I don't crash out like a goddamn clown. Whoop! Alright, not quite. Alright, I'll try a different trick on the next lap. So Bowser's Castle has this really cool mechanic where, at this point in the track, you're on like an electrically charged zone, which boosts your speed by an order of like, basically a whole speed class. So like right now I'm going at what feels like it will be 200cc. And it feels so much faster than the rest of the game has to offer. Getting fast times on Bowser's Castle feels really satisfying. Anyway, let's try this version of the trick. So, I charge a jump. No! Okay. Was there a track like that in Double Dash? So every Mario Kart has a Bowser's Castle. Bowser's Castle and Rainbow Road is in every Mario Kart game. There's just a different incarnation of it every time. So this is Mario Kart World's incarnation of Bowser's Castle. It's a castle at the top of a volcano, where in the world you have to travel up the volcano to get to this track, and then you go through a storm cloud. I mean a similar incarnation. Oh, as in like one where you could use a mushroom to do like a crazy skip? Or one where... Oh no, you're talking about the speed mechanic I was talking about. Can I do this without a mushroom, actually? Yes, I can! I wasted my goddamn mushrooms! Anyway, that's the big trick that I learned. That right there, it took me 3 times to get it. There is another big trick, here, where if you ride this wall just right... if you ride that wall just right and then jump off it, you can, like, skip that corner. And while I've got no mushrooms, it's better to take this track. Alright. Tell you what, I'm gonna do another run of that, and I'm gonna see if I can get my tricks a little bit more consistent, just to give you more of an idea of, like, what I can do right now without, like, looking at world records. And then once I've done that, we'll take a look at what the current standings are, and how far off of the peak of heaven I truly am. No! Okay. I'll give this like 5 attempts, actually. And if I don't, then we'll move straight on. Because I do want to run some online races before I stop for the state of play. Hey, there we go. All right. Right, now, for the sake of saving my mushrooms, I'm not going to try this mid track trick. Because, like, I haven't learned that one properly at all. And I want to save my mushrooms for, like, when I know I can use them, which is here. Can I get this 3 times in a row? Oh, I got it twice in a row! I'll take it! Come on. Oh, alright! Just about! Not quite as clean as the first two, but I still did it! Alright, I am just gonna go ahead, not take this middle trick, because, like, I'm 90% sure that if I, like, do this last section normally, this'll be a personal best for me. And I will quite happily take a PB on stream. New record! Sick! Yeah, no, that's easily the cleanest Bowser's Castle time trial I've ever done. And hey, now you can see that I'm not entirely trash at this. Absolutely, I'm uploading this. But I need to see where I stand in the grand rankings now. So, change course. And let's view the rankings. Okay, so this was the world record at launch, like, probably, like, the first week that this game came out. This is where I'm at now, 8 seconds behind, 2 minutes 26. This is the Staff Ghost, 2:37, so I'm a good bit ahead of that. World record has progressed a bit since then, and they're using the B-Dasher. That's a car that I like. B-Dasher and Plant Gang? Right, I know this isn't the world record, but I gotta represent the Plant Gang. Shoutouts to the fucking Plant Gang of Smash Brothers. This is absolutely a meta pick that I will do. I'll absolutely run fucking Piranha Plants in the B-Dasher if that's what the game wants. But yeah, let's see how this looks. Blind Gang, let's go. What are they doing? Okay, so if we get on the rail, ride the what up. I'm gonna need to review the footage. Okay! That's pretty big. That seems like an easier and faster way to do that trick. Hit the rail, jump off the wall, glance off of the corner, and then just air trick your way through while glancing off the rest of the walls, and that gives you enough air time to just fly over that part of the track. Right. This is what I was trying to do. Wait, you can cut here as well? Brother! Good lord. Okay, that final, like, cut without the mushroom, that's new. Oh, you don't do this 3 times in a row? Oh, you don't fucking need to! You can do that from grounded, you don't need to be on the rail. Interesting. I wonder why they take the rail in the first lap and don't take it in the second lap. Right, so it's just before the firefall that I need to take that cut. That is insane! That looks ridiculous. Hit the wall, glance off the corner, and then, like, get an extra trick jump off of the arrows. That's wild. I can't believe they've made that trick easier by the looks of it. Yeah, I need to learn that line. I need to learn how to do that trick. And then later on I can learn whatever the fuck that insane cut is. Okay. That's pretty intense. But one of those tricks is just a variation of one that I already know. And another trick is a trick that I know I just haven't gotten consistent with yet. So if I can learn both of those the way this guy does it, that'll put me a good bit ahead of where I am right now. And that's kind of what this is for. I'm not necessarily gunning for world records, but you can learn a lot about how to play this game by trying to do what they do. I'll race against it in my current build. For now. Too early. That was a bit weird. Ooh, that's a tough jump to do. I think I gotta do it on the corner of the rail. Otherwise, I don't get the height. I think. Too early. I gotta ride the wall a little bit longer so that I can glance off of that corner. It's glancing off of that corner in the ceiling that's the key. Sure. I wish I could see exactly where he jumps off. I think it's here? Oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay. I can't believe I was able to get away with it despite how scuffed that was. No. Okay. Nah, I actually hit the wall there, and I don't want to do that. I need to glance it so that I get the extra airtime without actually riding that wall and changing my center of gravity. Alright, I'm curious. Is this actually faster than doing it the way I know, or is it just a more consistent way once you figure it out? It is faster, because you get to cut the corner a bit earlier. Okay. I can't believe I've gotten that consistent. That's wild. Anyway, when does he take this corner? He drifts in there, takes this. I went through the bottom of that. That's wild. The key is, though, that I need to be jumping off before the lava fall. And I need to be doing it at a high enough angle that I just soar over the rest of the corner. Whoa! What was that? Ah, come on. I was going backwards for a second there. Up, 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 up. Sure. Not very clean, but I did it. And like that's still a cut over playing normal. Oh no. Whoop. No! I'm gonna try it the way that he does it in later laps. Oh no, I need to be starting a charge jump like as soon as I go around that corner. Yeah, the other really important part is hitting that arrow so that I can get a trick jump directly off of it. And that's what lets me, like, guarantee the height. I'll take it. Not quite. Was I not going fast enough? Or was the angle wrong? Probably the angle, but I'm wondering if there is a speed thing that I'm missing there as well. Like maybe I need to drift into there first. No. Again, didn't get the extra air off of hitting the corner, which caused me to hit the other wall and start going the other direction. No! I can't believe how consistent I am at that trick. What the hell? What happened there? Wow, so close! I could tell though. I jumped off too early. I needed to be closer to the lava fall. I basically need to be touching the lava fall at like a 45-degree angle. Nope. Jumped off too soon. Whoop, nope. You keep up and the ghost gets so much extra boost off the wall. I think what's happening is that, like, when the ghost hits the other rail, he immediately jumps again and gets another boost. But, like, I feel like if I do that, I'll fall off the rail. I'll try it. Oh shit. Don't drift. Unfortunately, it's the same button. If you touch the analog stick at all, the game will think you want to drift. You need to be dead still to start a charge jump. Ah! Oh! No! I kind of did all the right things, but then it spit me out at a bad angle. Get. That's what happens when I don't glance the wall doing that trick. Because it's the same principle. Like the trick that I'm used to follows the same principle as the other one. The other one's just at a higher point, which allows for a better angle when coming out of it. Nope, nope. It's something. Not quite the angle, but... yeah, he's getting a drift boost in there. Oh, that lava fall doesn't actually do damage. Right, of course it doesn't do damage. That's how I was able to do the uppercut. I could probably use that to make that cut a little bit easier for me to get then. Look. There we go! Getting closer and closer to the ideal version of that trick. But that's definitely faster than what I would normally be doing. Too soon. It's fine! I'm not gonna go for the final cut. Nowhere near enough. Nowhere near consistent enough for that. Shit! I'm so stupid. How did I fuck that up? Oh, I completely miscalculated how far up. Oh man, that was such a bad choke. That was such a bad choke. That was nearly a clean lap. Huh. Okay, I got that twice in a row. I think I'm kind of figuring out the sequence. There is still a lot of air control to worry about. Okay, I got that twice in a row as well. Right. No, I didn't mean to drift! No! Alright. We're doing this version of a trick. I still fucked it! Alright, if I can get like a clean race with what I've learned there, that's still gonna put me ahead of where I was. Is the lava increasing the speed? No. What's happening is, like... oh god. The latter part of the track, you go faster than your normal speed, because, like, the metal parts are electrically charged. That's the implication. But, like, me going over the lava looks so fast, because I'm using a mushroom to go over the lava, because without the mushroom... like, if you're not using a mushroom, you sink in that lava and die. I'm only able to go over there because I'm using a mushroom, and mushrooms make you go faster. Oh, shit! That's a lot more airtime than I needed. But that's probably why it looks like the lava's increasing the speed. Because I'm already in a segment that's forcing me to go faster. Oh no! Bad angle! No! Yeah, it's tough to get a good angle on that, but at least now I know that's what it is. It is entirely the angle and the location. Whoop. Up! That was nearly ideal, but I hit another part of the wall too early. I nearly got, like, the ideal angle, but the world records again. I saw it. I saw it in my heart. Look. There's the bad version of the angle, which spits you out too much to the lava. I'll take that. That's a pretty good one. Yeah, he is getting a drift there. I think no! This game's so fun. Right, I think I'm going to go until 9:15, and then we'll do some online races. Nope. Oh my god, that was so close. Oh, that's not good. That's still a bad version of that. I think I'm still saving time, funnily enough, over just not taking the cut, but that was bad. No! I hit a weird point in the geometry but wouldn't let me ride it the whole way. I love how sometimes I can jump off of that backwards. What? Up! Alright. There you go, you got a little preview of what that section's supposed to look like. I saw that, I went through the rocks for a frame there. Not exactly an intended section of the track to go through. That's the reason why that segment is so hard, but again, it's the fact that it's possible at all because of the way this trick system works that makes this game so fascinating to really delve into. And again, like, that's the reason why this segment exists. Because I love this shit. I love seeing, like, really high-level tech in what would normally be a pretty simple game. Oh! Good enough. That was still kind of bad. Right, let's try this, and ride it up! I didn't get the trick! No! I didn't actually jump off, I just rode it off. I pressed it too late. That sucks. Try again. See what I can do in 5 minutes. Okay, that's pretty clean. Still behind Broshi. Still not as clean as Broshi. But one of my cleaner attempts at that version of the trick. Oh my god! Just head first directly into the lava, crashing through the rocks. Like a missile. Come on. Oh, I'm getting so bad at that. I really shouldn't be getting bad at that. That sucks. But okay. I jumped too early. Yeah, I'm realizing now that's the other key to that trick, is there is a very particular timing you need to jump off that wall. If you jump too late, you won't get the jump, and you'll miss. If you jump too early, you're not jumping high enough. Whoop. Ah! It's fine. Didn't actually hit the other thing. This is giving me flashbacks of that Star Wars pod racer on N64, the amount of crashes before perfecting that I lost count. I've heard really good things, actually, about the N64 pod racer. At some point, I might actually feature that on this, because I've actually heard that's one of the best kart racers of that generation. I say kart racer, but you know what I mean. Of that style of racing game, like, I've heard that Star Wars Pod Racer is, like, part of the peak of that in the 5th gen. 5th gen, yeah. No! I drove into the lava again! I keep losing to fucking collision! Whoop. Oh god! It's fine. The extra airtime guaranteed that I made it. And also helped me correct my angle just a little bit more, even if it might have lost me some time. What? No! It was good. I was quite young at the time. My handling was very sensitive. Yeah, it's that's a common thing with like Nintendo 64 games in general, because the analog stick of the Nintendo 64 was like, it was really rough, and like kind of hard to move, and it's because like they really wanted you to use it for precision. Mario 64 has a lot of segments that require you to like slightly move the analog stick so that you can like slowly move through what would normally be a really hard segment. That's like a big part of the point of why the N64 exists, is as a showcase of the analog stick. Like, it's one thing that kind of bugs me is that not a lot of games do that. Not a lot of games really take advantage of the fact that like, a lot of games use the analog stick as basically just an 8-way D-pad, rather than as a... They use it as an arcade fight stick, just like an 8-directional button kind of thing, rather than a stick with millions of different inputs. Because that's what the analog stick is. It's got so many different inputs because it's analog. And barely anyone actually takes advantage of that nowadays, and that's kind of saddening. Because I really like it when games, like, have that element of precision. It's one of the reasons why, like, Katamari and Monkey Ball especially still ages really well. I've completely lost the angle required for me to get that jump. I got it a couple of times about half an hour ago, and I've lost it now. I'm going to have to lap that in my own time. I think it's 1:15 now, so I'm going to make this my last attempt. I'm getting good at this version of the trick, though. I like that. Very much appreciating of that. Horrible. Oh, wait! No! One more. I felt that. I can't end it there. Ooh! Not to mention Okami as well for dual stick tech. Yeah, a lot of people forget because, like, they've got access to HD versions and also the Wii version back in the day. But, like, Okami was also kind of meant as an analog stick showcase. No. Alright, I'll call it there. The lava balls do hurt, actually. Just when they feel like it. Oh, man. Those are some tough tricks, but hey, I hope I showed you guys some examples of what a game like Mario Kart turns into when you engage with the mechanics a little bit too much and take it too seriously. Now let's take this... Oh, hang on. That's a mission I've not done yet! I saw that! What do we got? Get the blue coins, don't get hit. Fair enough. Right, we'll do some online matches after I've done this. Nice and simple. Anyways. Right, we'll do some online races until probably 1:45. And then we'll take a break while I try and set up a dual stream with good old Yusei Kayaba for the State of Play tonight. But yeah, in the meantime, let's get racing. Everyone. Ah! I'm in a race! I guess they're racing to, Cheap Falls. I do like how you have access to the whole open world while you're, just waiting for your next race. There's everyone. I also appreciate that, like, instead of being forced to watch a, race spectator, you can just kind of join in with them, but while they're ghosts. And get a little bit of a feel for how chaotic the race is. Obviously I can't interact with them, that's why they're ghosts, but I think it's cool that you can do this as a thing to do while you're waiting for the space to open up in the lobby. Ah, I missed it. Take this little shortcut, though. And there we go, that race will be finished now. So, something really funny about Mario Kart World is, because it's a 24-man race, items are more important than they ever have been. And I think that's really important. I think that's really funny. In the Mario Kart that has by far the most expressive skill tech, is the Mario Kart where you are absolutely the most likely to just get absolutely fucking rocked. Let me know when you're ready, no rush, just saying. I'm thinking of, like, probably finishing, this segment at, like, maybe 1:45? Or maybe 22. Maybe I'll run this for 20 minutes and, like, start a break segment. Do you reckon, 20 minutes will be long enough for us to figure out how to get this whole segment working? Let me know if you think we'll need longer, and I'll work back. Because again, this is mostly just a casual thing. Oh, don't worry, it won't work because of browser shenanigans? I see. In that case, I'll probably just end the stream and then raid yours. That's probably that's probably the ideal way to do this. So yeah, everyone that's still here, stick around because I'll be running this until Mario Kart until quarter to 10, and then I will raid and switch over to Yusei Kayaba's stream, and then I'll be joining that call. So I'll be guesting over on that stream to so that we can react to the Sony State of Play that's happening at 10 PM tonight. So if you guys want to stick around for that, then I'm more than happy to send you on over to that stream once it's ready to go. But hey, for now, if you want to see some Mario Kart bullshit, stick around, because I'll still be running this for about 20 minutes or so. Oh no! Ah! No! Such a bad time for lightning. Ah, man. One mushroom after the corner that I could have skipped was a bad item for this time. Welcome to Mario Kart! You play kind of okay and you get 20th place. That being said, hey, shoutouts to this for nearly being a full lobby. It is pretty rare that you get, like, full 24-man lobbies in this, because people are liable to leave when they get Mario Kart to hell and back, and that's not a statistic in a 24-man race. That's simply going to happen to you. Where to? Let's go to Mario Bros. Circuit. That's like quite a while away, actually. Though, just to kind of like very vaguely touch on the discourse capitalized, Mario Kart World has had a bit of a bad press cycle because basically, like, when it was released, a lot of people were like, oh yeah, this is really cool, this is really fresh, I really like the idea of running to the next track. But it would be nice if, like, I had more control on whether or not I wanted to do just the races, like just doing 3 laps of a single track, rather than riding to the track and then doing 1 lap of the track. And, like, yeah, that's a fair enough outlook. So when Mario Kart World first came out, people found out that when you're racing online, most of your races go from the location that the last race was to a nearby race. However, if you picked random, it would pick any course in the game. And picking any course in the game, like, it couldn't do a one to the other. It had to just pick one track and do the full 3 laps, which meant you were guaranteed to do a full 3-lap race of a circuit, rather than a sprint track to do 1 lap. And so when people, man, when people found that out, they basically made it so that basically everyone was picking random in Mario Kart World when it first came out because everyone wanted to run 3 laps of a circuit. Um, when Nintendo caught wind of this, a patch came out a couple weeks later, and it basically made it so that random would now, like, only pick between the 3 tracks that were selectable, which it basically forced the intermission rounds on people. And, like, I like the intermission rounds, but at the end of the day, when you force people to do something, they're not going to appreciate it. And so now a lot of people hate the intermissions and also Mario Kart World on principle because the dev patch made it like it forced people to play the game a certain way, and like that kind of sucks. And because that's kind of where the conversation's turned to, it's really hard to talk about Mario Kart World without people talking about how, like, shit the devs treat gamers and stuff like that. A lot of people talk about stuff, like, really personally in a really weird way. And it's been a bit of a nightmare, really. So, I think things have calmed down a little bit now. But by calm down, I more mean that Sonic Racing Cross Worlds came out, and Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is, like, it's Mario Kart, like, just as any Mario Kart would play it. The Cross World mechanic is, like, something fresh at least, but it's not completely different like what the intermissions are doing. And because of that, a lot of people are now crowning Sonic Racing Cross Worlds as the superior Mario Kart. And with Kirby Air Riders coming out, like, a lot of the conversation about Kirby Air Riders isn't, wow, hey, this is really cool and unique. It's, damn, Mario Kart's fucking washed. Why would you play Mario Kart anymore? And I kind of hate that that's what the conversation around a lot of the kart races have turned into. And a lot of that is because, like a lot of my opinion on this is entirely because, like, from my perspective, a Mario Kart, a Sonic Racing, and a Kirby Air Ride sequel have come out in the same year. 3 high-profile kart races for my favorite 3 franchises in gaming. All in the same year. And, like, I look at that and I'm like, holy shit! 3 of the best cakes I have ever seen in my life are right in front of me. But a lot of people are instead just, like, using a lot of the unique elements of Sonic Racing Cross Worlds and Kirby Air Riders to just dunk on Mario Kart World. And that sucks, because Mario Kart World is, like, the coolest Mario Kart game. And I just don't like seeing a game that I really like get put down because of other games that I really like. It's just kind of depressing to look at, really. But yeah, that's kind of where I stand on the discourse surrounding Mario Kart World right now. I think a lot of it is really overblown, and I think a lot of it kind of undermines the quality of the other racing games that are coming out now that are super good. But hey-ho, it is what it is. You can't exactly... Gaming discourse has been in the shitter for years now, so, like, I can't exactly... I'm kind of like the old man screaming at a cloud bit from The Simpsons. So there's really no use in me complaining about this kind of stuff, but I did kind of just want to, like, get it off my chest while I'm streaming this. Anyway, enough of that shit. Let's actually get an online race going. I've only got like 15 minutes until until it's stream time. That being said, I think I'm gonna get timed out. Nope? Okay. It is worth noting, I need to grab an Ethernet splitter because I don't have a Wi-Fi booster up at my place. My computer is connected to the Ethernet, but my Switch is not, and the Wi-Fi for my house is, like, on the other side of the house. So my Wi-Fi signal's kind of bad. It's not like I'm playing fighting games with this thing. If I was, then this would be a horrible experience, but big part of the joy of a kart racer is that, like, you don't need to worry all that much about desyncs. It doesn't really matter. But it does mean that I'm, like, fairly liable, a lot more liable than I should be to disconnect mid-race. Which is what happened, like, about 10 minutes ago. You son of a bitch! Come here! Right, I am taking the path to safety. I'm just gonna let people do their thing while I ride the fucking electric rip. No. Hey, you know what? I'll take that. I'll take that with quite a bit of glee. The one thing that I like about the intermissions is that they change how the tracks work, because you can enter them from different zones. Like, this is Mario Bros. Circuit, the first track in the game, but we're doing it backwards because we entered it from a completely different angle. Right, I want to hold this for as long as I can, because I want to use this to safely take the last corner, and, like, skip a corner, and also be able to not die. Right. Alright, here we go! No, you don't! Eat shit! Woohoo! I'm gonna be real. Super rare that I get first place in this game. This game is evil to people that try and front run. So I'm kind of shocked that that worked out. Do you like this remix of Waluigi Pinball? Got next. Well, hey! We have been doing some practice at Whistle Stop Summit. So it would be really cool if we could do a lap of Whistle Stop Summit. Unfortunately, because everyone is, like, really single-minded about the fucking, single tracks thing, everyone's just gonna pick DK Spaceport. Not everyone, actually. That's actually, like, fairly close to a 50-50 split. Thick. Well, hey, let's see if all that practice actually meant anything. I didn't particularly get round to learning a particular trick. But it would be cool if I could randomly pull off. Like, I know the fundamentals of the one trick that I really wanted to nail. So I'm gonna try it. Mama didn't raise no bitch. Dialed a little bit too close to the sun. Give me Slipstream! Yeah, getting Slipstream off of other races in the intermissions is vitally important as a way to keep up with the rest of the pack, especially if you've got no items. You need to find someone and just, like, tail their ass until you go faster. Oh, hey, I'm a Goomba now. Right, I just want to kind of, like, get out of this, because that seemed like a bit of a fuck zone. Yeah, that Peach is really aiming for me. Alright, we're in. No, the train's on the shortcut! No! I can't take that shortcut! Fine. Right, let's see if I can nail that final corner trick. Probably not. But, like I said, Mama didn't raise no bitch. Alright, fine. Not quite. Alright, I'll take second. I'll take second. Like, Mario Kart World is a game that is so chaotic that you really gotta learn to take what little victories you can. Alright. Right, I've probably got enough time for one more race. And once I've done one more race, that is probably going to be time for me to switch over to Cameron's stream so that we can watch a state of play together. Aw, man. Okay, I do like Great Question Block Ruins. I will pick that, like, straight up. As much as I was moaning about everyone picking, like, single race tracks, I don't hate them on principle. Like, the tracks are good enough that I can absolutely see why everyone prefers them. I just wish people didn't hate... I just wish people didn't hate the intermission courses on principle. Like, that's what bugs me. Great Question Block Ruins is easily one of the coolest tracks in this game. And it... Ooh, and a killer sunset too? Hell yeah! Man, that's nice! Oh, a boo is a really good item to have this far up in the pack. You son of a bitch, I'll kill you! I'm gonna go for it! Check this out! Ooh, Soapy with the cut? That was nice. I've got to give her that one. But, man, I always mess that one up. gonna go for it again. Right, that's how I take the angle in a way that lets me do the cut if I've got a mushroom. This track looks... Oh yeah, no, like, this track is like a visual spectacle as far as Mario Kart's concerned. Oh, Pochita might be able to dodge this. Oh! Yeah, he dodged it. It looked like he got hit, but that's because of online desync. Pochita was able to use their mushroom to boost past the blue shell explosion, which is a very cool piece of tech that they've made easier in this game. Ooh, perfect. Right, let's see if I can get that cut. I need to hit the right angle. No! No, Henry! You absolute... Go for your ass. No. Oh, I got robbed out of second place. But to be fair, like at the end of the day, that's because I fucked up my my chance of taking first. So it is what it is. But yeah, no, like Great Question Block Ruins is a fantastic looking track, and it feels really good to get like the cuts on it. There's a lot of really cool tricks, as you've seen. Like that trick where I'm like hopping off of the ring is like you're meant to use a mushroom to do a much cleaner cut over that, but without it, like you can absolutely save the mushroom for the cut later, which is a really cool way to save some time. And I've been able to steal some first place finishes using that. But yeah, that will just about do it for today, fellas. We've been able to show off some world record runs. I've been able to learn a couple of extra bits of tech myself. And yeah, it's just been nice to have another chill session playing one of my favorite games. Next Tuesday, we'll be running a next Tuesday we'll be running Mario. No, next Tuesday we'll be running Kirby Air Ride, the original, the original GameCube version, as a in anticipation of Kirby Air Ride is coming out. And on that note, this Sunday, me and Yusei Kayaba will be running the Kirby Air Riders test ride demo together as a co-stream. And in between that, on Thursday, I'll be running Age of Imprisonment, Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, the Tears of the Kingdom based Hyrule Warriors game. And on Friday, I was able to get the Lucky Squire on sale. And so I'll run that as like a special little segment, I believe, on Friday. But yeah, that's more or less going to be my plans for the rest of the week. So hey, if you're new here, drop me a follow. It'd be really, really appreciated so you can see what I'm up to as I potentially grow, as I keep hold of this schedule. But aside from that, let me raid y'all over onto Yusei Kayaba's channel so that we can check out the Sony State of Play. Third, invalid username. That's fun. Hang on, why is the raid command not working? Alright, there we go. Got it set up now. So, yeah, thank you very much for showing up today. And I'll see you guys on. I'll see you guys whenever. But for now, let me get you all rated over. Bye bye.
Hey, dude. I was spying on you. You want a second, or should I just call you straight away? All episodes are out tomorrow? Sick. I'll look into getting it then. I'll look into look at yeah, you had your little mini raid session. Alright. I don't know if anyone else is going to be joining us, so I don't know if I should I'll call the main chat and see who picks up. I think that's probably, yeah, let's do that. Probably just warn anyone.
Hello, 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 hello. How's it going?
Hello! It is indeed the bad fudge guy.
Hey, folks.
Oh, how'd your session go, dude?
Well, in the exact same fashion as the in the exact same fashion as the last time I ran Time Trial Tuesdays, I ran time trials for 2 tricks because WoW learning tricks in Mario Kart World takes a bit. That game's got some
I can
fucking
imagine
sauce
with
to
the
it.
schmovement. Yeah, with the schmovement in that game.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like I picked for 2 tracks that I knew had like a bunch of crazy stuff in it. And yeah, I spent ages learning those until eventually just settling for doing some online races. And it's really funny how I make this whole segment, but I only actually show off like 2 tracks at a time, it seems. That's probably what's going to end up happening when I do it again next week with Kirby Air Ride.
Absolutely, but yeah, sorry. I know I kind of just I realized that I basically kind of just popped in out of nowhere, said, "Haha, the thing isn't going to work," and then just kind of dipped because I was trying to like move around a few places at once. But basically, yeah. So, but I looked into it, and unfortunately, right now it is not compatible with my browser. It's only compatible with Firefox and Chrome
Right.
because I don't know. We're not allowed to have nice things. It just basically said we're adding more browsers soon, and I was like, okay. So
Right.
it
So
won't
does that
work.
mean we're not going to be able to do a like the co-stream on Sunday then?
We will be, because what I'll do is I'll download Chrome for Sunday. So it won't work right now, but it will work on Sunday. I'll just basically, because I'm assuming you're on Chrome.
I'm actually on Opera GX, so I have Chrome. I had to download it for work a couple months ago. So
Nice.
yeah.
So yeah, no, I will also download Chrome, because guess what? I'm also on Opera GX. So, that's just stupid because